Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to go over how do you pick between two potential clients when they're both booked in for the same day, same time. You do not have the resources to pull off both events, and you need to pick what event is going to be the best for you and your team. Now, before you go booting people away, the first initial step is you can talk to both and be like, hey, I just want to double check, is this time firm or does your event have flexibility? Now, initially you do this during the first sales call. Some people are willing to shuffle their event a little, some aren't. So, for the sake of this argument, let's say they would not. They would not shuffle their events, same day, same time, both going to take your full staff because there's another event happening earlier in the day, but some staff will still be there. So it's not happening. All events aren't happening. Biggest rule of thumb, do not overbook yourself. Don't do it. Don't compromise quality and your reputation and reviews to try to pull off events. Take it if you can do it. So I have two sample quotes up here. Okay, I have a canapé and champagne event and a canapé bar service one. So this one would require 5 staff members. So this is the one that is going to be like, no, all your team needs to be there. This one is going to be 3 staff members attending. So still, too much of the team would be needed for both. If we only have 6 total team members available, and that's that, we're picking one. Again, another alternative is you can hire last minute. There's plenty of people and college students and all these people willing to do a last minute event. We have people on call, but again, let's pretend you don't have that option. So what you do is you figure out your profit margin. These look really nice, right? The big ticket, the other one not as big. But it's going to come down to how much it costs, right? So I've already done it here. This is actual cost and what she paid. So this is what she paid, total sub VAT. Our actual staff costs were around this, not this. We only paid 80 of the budgeted 150 for travel and logistics. Champagne was 228. Canapes cost us 360 to get everything together. So again, when you build quotes, if you haven't watched that video, please do. Build profit into some of your things. Your flute and crockery rental and other rental. After you don't count that as a cost. You count it as a general equipment cost, but not on an event, because once you use it, usually the first time, you've paid off the cake. Now, by your next event, when you charge rental on it, you're making profit on it every time. So it's not a cost. So you do your total, sub all these, and this is the profit. You divide, you don't divide, yeah. You divide your profit over what they paid, sub VAT, to get the profit margin. So right now this is 65% profit. It's above that 60% margin we like to be at. Our golden happy place is 70%. So let's move on. What we're going to do here is I always start by copying this down. So let's say we knocked some off, so it was pretty. Paid 16 flat, right? Copy this down. So let's say reality is we averaged paying 13. Okay? And we're going to do real cost, profit, percent. We're going to pre-do these formulas. Again, this is why I love G-Sheet. Okay? It is my best friend in the whole wide world. We're going to play some variables here, though. Excuse me while I do this. Okay. Travel and logistics. Let's say we had some team members forget and they had to take a Uber to get over. So let's pretend this actually went up. Again, this is why you build profit into things, though. Event planning, technically zero. This is a buffer for us. Canapes, let's say reality, it cost us, this time they're more premium. It cost us $180 a piece to make them based on what we charge. Excuse me, I took a minute there. I didn't notice the number change. Beer. This was, let's say this was at cost. This was indeed how much we paid per case. This was how much we paid per case. Cocktails, this is how much we charge, but let's pretend that it only costs us, on average, we're going to average it out that it costs this much. And wine, our price went up after the quote for what we buy in at. Sad, because prices fluctuate. That's why it's important to close it fast. And then our profit here is only at 56%, right? So for this event, that feels nice, like big ticket in, sorry, I just had a brain fart there. This is how much it actually cost us. So, sorry about that. I want to double check something. I just looked at it and I just want to double check my math again. So this is real cost I'm doing versus real profit. So our profit margin is only 56% now, and this is 65. So even though we'd only bring in this much, that percent's higher, but we're bringing in 9 grand. So this event would be a little poo considering it's below our margin of what we'd like, but we're still bringing in 8,000 more than this. So unfortunately, we would say no. Now, for some reason, if something skyrocketed, let's say we had to reorder and now it's 3.6, let's say something completely got missed, we have to double order, we have to eat that cost. This is times 1.2 because they do charge VAT on that buy-in price. And let's say we broke some bottles and now it goes down, but look, you're still clearing more. So that's the biggest thing. If you're comparing events, you still want that good feel of having a healthy profit margin, but in the end, it's comparing real profit to real profit. So right now, I'd go with this event. There's some other factors that can come into play though. So again, regardless of what I'm about to say, I still would probably go with this. Let's say the Amelia event is one-off, iffy if she'd come back with us, iffy if she's going to refer us to anybody. But let's say Michaela over here, let's say this is actually a networking event. And she says, bring your business cards and network while there. I would factor that. So if our profit margin was, if there was more profit here, if this is a bigger event, I might lean towards doing this event purely with the gamble and being able to network. Now, walking through what my real game plan would be here is I would probably send our manager to this event with last minute hired staff because I only need to find 2 people, and send the rest of our staff, our most experienced staff, and then a last minute hire here. I would try my hardest to be able to do both events because A, it's two sets of money in. B, this is a nice hunk of profit to come in, even if that percentage is low. And C, this has opportunity for additional events. So you got a double whammy there. Now, if this one is not networking, is just a small event, I might have to say, I'm sorry, we're going to have to turn down this event and go do the big one. For us, all else fails, pick the one where you're going to get most in the bank. Because big events look really nice for your portfolio. So hopefully this helps, and I've helped kind of show the math and how to determine real profit and comparing them, and to not just look at your percentage, even though a higher percent looks really good for profit, what to keep in mind and how to approach a potential double booking and what to pick and who to say no to. Should you have any questions or need help, always just subscribe below and drop a comment, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.